Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre has acknowledged that St. Lucia is at the mercy of global food prices, stating at today's press briefing that when it comes to food, we are price takers. We do not control the cost. With the island importing $568 million worth of food, the government is moving to ease the financial strain on consumers by eliminating VAT on 70 essential food items. Currently, imported food is subject to 3 charges: import duty, VAT, and a service charge, though no health and security levy applies. Of the 70 key food items, 25 were previously VAT exempt, 45 carried a 12.5% VAT rate, and 24 were price controlled.
What this means is that automatically the goods that are zero rated, the price should go down by 12.5%. Automatically. Now remember, I said earlier that we do not control the cost of these goods when they come to St. Lucia, because they're not derived from St. Lucia. We not control the cost of these goods. So when these goods come into St. Lucia and the supermarket puts their markup, etc., there will be no 12.5% VAT on these goods.
Now, all 70 items will transition to a zero-rated status, which the Prime Minister says should immediately reduce prices by 12.5%.
All these items that were exempt, all of them are going to be zero-rated. So, they also ought to be a reduction in the price on the VAT-exempt items also. But we cannot see that for a fact. What we can see is all the items that are zero-rated, the price to the consumer should decrease by 12.5% automatically. Once, even if the cost coming to St. Lucia goes up, the consumer, the supermarket, the price should be down by 12.5%.
To ensure compliance, the government will implement monitoring mechanisms. The Prime Minister clarified that even if global prices for these imported goods rise, local prices should still decrease by 12.5%, since the VAT previously collected by the government will no longer apply.
The 12.5% that has been collected for the government is no longer there. As it regards the exempt goods, there ought to be some movements in the price, but I cannot vouch for that. What I can vouch for is those that are zero-rated and previously there was VAT on them, and now they've become zero-rated, the price ought to go down immediately, because the government will no longer be collecting any revenue from these sales.
Among the products are turkey parts, normal and salted butter, cheese, salted herrings, and all vegetables, whether imported or locally grown. While these items are previously either VAT exempt or standard rated, the new zero-rated status means consumers should see direct savings.
The government has kept its promise, and we expect to see a change in the price of goods at the supermarket. But remember, we do not control the cost of the imported goods.
Prime Minister Pierre stated that while global price fluctuations remain beyond the country's control, this policy fulfills the government's promise to lower living costs.